it's a great opportunity, and what a finish.
Maikiso gives it off to Cross and Cross in the corner.
And welcome back to Finally We Have It here, guys. It is Super Sports Schools, and it is an incredible morning here. And in the commentary booth with me is Morgan Newman. Morgan, your old school, playing against the oldest rivals you guys have ever played against.
Good morning, Nick. Yeah, 100%, right? This is a proper rivalry. I mean, not too far from Campground Road. In fact, SACS are. So yeah. Both teams looking to give the ball some air. Going to be very, very interesting.
As we have the kickoff happening here. And well taken by the Bishops boys. It's a little bit slippery underfoot. As Jake Greenberg hoofs it far downfield. And the SACS boys looking to attack from their own half. Where the Q-man taking it up. But a great counter-ruck from Bishops. SACS luckily get that ball back. Again, it is slippery. The boys need to make sure they hold on to the ball. A little bit scrappy to start with, Morgan.
Yeah, 100%, Nick, and quite interesting to see Bishops making their intent known quite early on, you know. Fly off kicking the ball down the middle of the field. Not something we're used to seeing in the numberless white jerseys of a Bishop side, but nonetheless, obviously conditions not conducive to run from your own half, so probably the right play.
And it's Noel who gives it off to the big man, Utman Richards. But a wonderful, wonderful work there. And I'm seeing who gets up. I think it is Whartonhood. Grabs that ball. Beautiful play from the lock forward. Just not protecting the ball well enough are the SACS team. And it's a big hoof from Mike Richardson. And they decide to keep it in. Wonderful work from the Bishops boys. Ollie Nicklin. Ollie Nicklin just calling for the ball, wanting that ball to come out. And it's a quick tap. Bishops rugby at its best. SACS not retreating the 10. And the Bishops boys just keep firing at it. Of course, the coach here, Richard Smith, has been with Bishops for a long time. Greenberg with a little chip. Well taken there by Mikael Prince. He is a live wire in the SACS team. A few years ago, he won the sevens, national sevens, with the Durbanville Primary. Maybe Bishops are looking to run again.
They are looking to run, Nick. Obviously, you know, advantage there, so trying the dink over the top to see, just to keep the scrum off honest, you know, early on in the game, as you scrum offs know. But yeah, I think, you know, Bishops doing it well. Still one-off runners. I'd like to see a bit more support, you know, onto the back of the ball carrier, but making good headway up the field, and now a good position on the field for them to really mount sort of a strong attack.
I did watch them yesterday with their lineouts, or on Thursday rather, at practice, and they are a well-drilled team. Richard Smith and Awe Ngagu and Alex Castle, the coaching staff there. Lots of years of experience, and these boys must be absolutely reveling in that coaching staff.
First line out of the game, obviously important to get the confidence of the hooker and the jumpers, and very well taken there by Bishops.
Max Seymour, outstanding throw. A good sack too by SACS. Greenberg once again with a big chip. A little bit further back, and the ball bounces wonderfully, but unfortunately it was the center, Johnny Fisher, just could not hold on to it. But good attacking play there from Greenberg once again, seeing the space behind the SACS boys.
Obviously something they must have discussed early on in the week. You know, seeing a weakness in the SACS defensive sort of kicking line, or that second line of defense. And Bishops looking to exploit it early on. Big scrum here, Nick.
Big scrum here from SACS, you're right. And it is a massive front row. with Alex Berger, Chase Buerta, and Goodman Richards having to hold their own deep in the SACS half. Yeah, Alex Berger, the loose head prop, is SA Karate. So if there's any fisticuffs, you don't want to mess with that man.
Stay away from him.
As we see him there, but a big boy, strong boy. He needs to give his scrum off Arnold the best opportunity to clear that ball. They decide to take it up.
Josh!
SACS doing excellently well there.
All the way.
Big kick downfield. Lots of space to the left. Finley, beautiful work. Unbelievable, wonderful work. Taking it all left, there just was space to burn out wide.
The old coach's 2-pass off a counter-attack, putting the winger
LLYAAZ
out
Arnold.
in the corner. So fantastic try, and showing a clean pair of heels there against his opposite number. So confidence must be up, and obviously these boys have played against each other through age group level, so he's probably well aware that he may just have sort of extra turn of pace on his opposite number.
LLYAAZ was told, I was told here by Richard and also Paul Mongwengwe, the injured player. He said that you watch out for this man. He is quick. One of the top 4 sprinters at Bishops, and he just showed a clean pair of heels there. Wonderful work, 2 passes out wide and into the corner. Exactly what Richard and the coaching staff would want.
Yeah, 100% tough kick to come now. His flapper probably would have wanted him to go a little bit closer to under the poles. Left foot on the angle, not easy.
And unfortunately just falls short. But a good effort from the boys. And SACS will have to pick themselves up here, because remember, this is the Piley Rees, the home of Bishops. And the Bishops guys would be proud to put on some points here against the SACS boys. It's all been Bishops though, the first sort of 5-6 minutes.
It has been, you know, Bishops, SACS had an opportunity to clear their lines early on, and instead they decided to quick tap and carry the ball, conceding the penalty, and then since then it's been all Bishops.
Great take there by Johnny Fisher. He's had a good game here today so far. Oh, well gathered. A difficult pass. But Sipho Ndlovu was totally up for it. Big kick downfield now. What can the SACS boys do with it? They see a little bit of space at the back. Okay, now Jahal takes it up. Once again, he's got a bit of speed, but Bishops give him no space to move at all. Wonderful run up there by Nathan Pretorius. And it's his partner, Isaac Longwe. The big unit. It's a really big front row these SACS boys are having. But the Bishops boys penalised for not rolling away. And finally their guards get together and put together a few phases to the SACS boys.
Yeah, you know, that's a confidence building set of phases there. SACS showing they can hold onto the ball through a number of different phases, and the opportunities were out wide. Got to try and give the ball a bit more width, but obviously conditions are not the easiest. You know, ball is still quite dewy and damp, so I expect as this game progresses, I think we'll play with a lot more width, you know, as it gets slightly drier in the back end of the second half.
Oliver Finley is a very accomplished kicker. I think he'd be very disappointed with that effort there, but there's still lots to play for. And one of his best rugby memories chatting to him is when he had a kicking session with Aaron Cruden and Mackenzie from the Chiefs.
Damien Mackenzie, yeah, that's, well, then we'll see a little bit later if he took the lessons, Nick.
I'm sure he does. Because the SACS boys once again. No harassed there by the Bishops boys. But a penalty advantage. As the boys take it right. A little bit scrappy again. I think these boys are just keen to really run that ball as much as possible. Ollie Finley with a big hoist. Oh, Mike Richardson, well done, my boy. That is a great take. And the Bishops boys regain that pass. I think that was the fly off Jake Greenberg. But there's a little bit of space on the outside here. And we're going to give it to the speedster. Unfortunately, the pass just not up to it. But Bishops looking like they are threatening from anywhere on the field.
Yeah, varying their game nicely. You know, we expected one of them to put it on the boot. They didn't. They put it through the hands. Unfortunately, just the ball not sticking in the wide channels. But varying up their kicking and running game quite nicely. You know, keeping SACS guessing. So that's great to see.
Chase Butter with his first line-out throw of the day. And a good one at it. But unfortunately, just a slight knock-on. And Bishops running the ball again from their half. Ollie Nicklin not getting the tidiest of balls at the back there. But illegally so, and it looks like the SACS boys aren't rolling away. A lot of ruck penalties, Morgs, at the moment.
Yeah, a fair amount of hands in the ruck, infringements at the breakdown. Referee's probably going to have to go to his pocket to really lay down a marker on his, the fact that he needs to see these players keep their hands out of the ruck. So difficult for teams to build momentum or any form of phases when teams are infringing at the breakdown as much as these teams have.
Unfortunately not out, and it's back to the SACS boys. Awe Mafika, who boxes for Western Province. We've got quite a few martial artists on the field here today in boxes. Lots of pressure coming from Bishops. Scrappy ball coming out. They just need to recycle this. There's a bit of space to the left again. Morgs no advantage. I think they're saying that the Bishops guys are going off their feet. Ruck time, Scrappy.
Penalty counts are definitely mounting here. I think probably 5 or 6, maybe close to 7 in the first 11 minutes. Teams are generally trying to keep it below 10 to 15 penalties per game. And between the two sides, we've already seen 6 or 7. So, again, probably enthusiasm getting the better of these youngsters early on in the game.
Absolutely flying into those rucks, just steadying their feet. Chase Butter, his second line-out throw of the day.
Can't really blame them, man, Nick. They haven't seen rugby in how many months?
I know. I felt so sorry for these boys last year. And a wonderful take there from Isaac Longwe. The SACS boys decide to take it up wide and set it up in the middle. Some good recycling ball there. And Ollie Finley finding some space on the right-hand side. Good kick. I think they just want to keep the ball moving forward, Morgs.
Keep your back of forwards motivated is to keep them moving forward, Nick. They don't like turning around. And so, not too bad a kick, I think, finding space behind LLYAAZ ARNOLD there at the back. And, keeping his pack moving forward. Hopefully put up a good contest at the line out here and get a turnover ball and then, find themselves in a good attacking opportunity. Bishops, on the other hand, looking to keep the ball in hand at this place in the field. And, maybe put the ball in the wide channel. We haven't seen much of Josh Abrams yet, so maybe get the ball in his hands and see what he can do.
That's correct. And we've got Seymour here looking out for his big line-out jumpers in Gray Fogarty, 1.97 meters tall. So a big boy. But they decide to go a little bit further back. Wonderful cleanup there from Jake Greenberg. And the Bishops boys a little bit on the back foot. And it's a turnover to the SACS boys. Excellent work. But it comes back on the Bishop sides once again. Huge hit from the SACS boys. They need to take out some of this aggression of the last year they've been building up. Wharton Hood, he's a big, strong ball carrier. Jake Greenberg with a beautiful pass. Johnny Fisher, beautiful hands. This is Bishop's rugby at its best. Josh Abrams. Oh, unfortunately, but what a great passage of play. Beautiful hands from the Bishop's boys.
Yeah, fantastic. You know, getting the ball, as I just said, into Josh Abrams' hands, and he's got a great pair of feet on him, nice stepping, and then obviously, you know, trying to make the pass with the interception coming, but still a knock on by the SACS boys. Still remains a great attacking opportunity here for Bishops inside the half of SACS.
I think this Bishop's backline will be licking their lips now, seeing the space that they have in front of them. A massive tussle going on in the front rows as Greenberg gets it. Great comeback from Cotter Todd. Not the biggest man, but really strong, and he's got so much guts, does Richard Smith tell me. But unfortunately, just held up at a turnover to SACS.
Great defense there by SACS. Difficult place on the field to defend because you've got to kind of cover the kick and the run. You know, very close to the 10 meters of your own half, but great defense there, holding him up. As we see the replay there of Josh Abrams just stepping one or two players, and then unfortunately the final pass not going to hand.
As we see the front rows once again, Sipho Ndlovu, the tight head here for Bishops, actually played hooker in previous years, and Tank Lenning, who is the scrum and forwards scrum coach for pretty much all of the teams here at Bishops, moved him to tight head from the hooker position. Strong as an ox is Ndlovu. A wonderful pass from Noel. The service was brilliant, but a breakaway from Bishops here. And Bishops just picking up the scraps from SACS. Excellent at ruck time too. It's the big man, Wharton Hood. Beautiful pass. Nicklin looks like a little lively, and he kicks the ball or tries a little grubber through. Greenberg does brilliantly well, and it's a wonderful pass through. Excellent try from Bishops, and we're trying to get, I think that is Mike Richardson scoring a wonderful try. Well worked move from Bishops, a little bit scrappy, but it's just their hands are so good.
Yeah, extremely sleek hands there. Jake Greenberg starting that move, you know, from a sort of scrappy play, and then just stepping one or two players through the middle of the field, and then the final offload goes to hand, and he scores almost under the poles. A little bit easier for kicker this time.
Definitely an easier kick, and Jake Greenberg has really impressed me, especially in these wet conditions when the ball has been coming out quite untidily. He's been brilliant at just consolidating, and even there, just taking one or two steps, making sure he gets that pass away, and wonderful work from Bishops.
He has marshaled his troops extremely well. It's great to see Flav taking control of the game the way he has, actually.
With the kick to come, it will take it to 12 points to 0, and SACS need to have an answer for this onslaught from Bishops at the moment.
I think field position is going to be important in the next couple of minutes, Nick.
And a successful kick takes the points up to 12 points to 0. I think Siyabulela Kwezi would be trying to marshal his troops, I think just get into the right areas of the field and hold on to that ball.
Body language is extremely important. SACS walking to this kickoff. They'll need to find some motivation and maybe get some points on the board, any form of points on the board. And they have to be next to score to stay in this match, Nick.
This is a good kick. Short kick, trying to regather that ball. The beast of the man. Mike's son takes it up. Such a strong ball carrier he is. Nicklin to Greenberg. Oh, and absolutely dominated in the tackle there. And stolen by the SACS boys too. Wonderful work from these guys. Noel going out left. Oh, and unfortunately just a silly mistake. Very promising start here off that kickoff. Great turnover.
Yeah, you could see SACS frantic to try and get that ball in the wide channel. There definitely was some space. Unfortunately, just being knocked on. But it seems like Ben Dicey, I think, may have knocked that on. Just trying to get the ball out wide as quickly as possible. But again, great attacking opportunity there for SACS. Just one gunner missing. They have to be the next to score, Nick. They have to emphasize that.
It's very important, but I think the first thing to do here is get the defense on. Keep them pinned back. Keep Bishops pinned back into their own half. Big scrumming from the SACS boys. Massive from Alex Berger. Greenberg bring it out nice and wide. A little chip through, blocked by the SACS boys. But the Bishops regather, and they'll probably just want to settle this. Nicklin to Sun. The loose head, as we said, a very strong carrier of the ball. Nicklin to Greenberg. Connor Todd. Just a little bit playing sideways at the moment. But this is Bishop's rugby. They just build it up and build it up until they break away. Good clean out there from Glovu. Greenberg with a little dart. He needs some support. And he gets it. Nicklin. Finally decides enough is enough. And he gives it a big hoof downfield. Good clearance.
Yeah, I like that idea, Nick. You know, probing, put it through 5 or 6 phases, see if we can find some space in the wide channels or up the middle of the field. And then if it's not on, Flav steps back into the pocket or Scrumov takes it from the base and hoofs it up the field, keeps his forwards moving forward. And you still feel like you're in control of the game, even though you may not have made as much meters as you've liked.
And an excellent kick there from Nicklin. Ollie Nicklin is a cheerleader at the school. Favorite player is Aaron Smith. I think most of these scrummers.
Yeah.
Favorite player is Aaron Smith.
Between Aaron and Faf de BC.
It's Faf.
Faf de Klerk, what am I talking about?
You got your cricket and your rugby mixed
Correct,
up.
I know.
Slow ball coming again from SACS. Noel getting scragged. Needs some support. I think this is the right call. Just keep it nice and close. Yeah, taking it out wide. They just weren't really making those meters. Just bringing in those defenders. No. Finley with a beautiful pass out to Mikael Prince. Recycled well. Oh, and it's the big man, Uti Richards. Once again to Finley. Finley with a beautiful little offload. Noel needs to get this ball out. We've got numbers a little bit on the outside, out wide. But wonderful defense from Todd. Beautiful. He shot out of the line there superbly. But one back again by SACS. And it's really turning into a scrap here. Noel. They decide to go out a little bit wide, but Greenberg is right there. Prince once again. He's done good well in cleaning up. And we'll just stop here. Not too sure on the call at the moment.
Looks like a penalty to SACS.
I think not rolling away again and just having a chat to the captain. What does Ollie Finley decide to do here? Not the prettiest kicks, but a beautiful kick. You know, it's all about the result. Sometimes it doesn't matter how it looks.
Exactly, exactly. I was about to say, Nick. As an ex-professional scrum half, you should know this. Doesn't matter what it looks like, Nick.
That's why you have runners like John Daniels. Doesn't matter what you kick, he's always there. Doesn't matter how far you kick. That man's so quick. Oh, beautiful take from Nathan Pretorius.
You're giving your age away with the guys you played against now, Nick. Be careful.
Johnny Daniels. I think he's got the most Currie Cup games ever. Close to 200 Currie Cup games.
I think you're right, actually.
Played for Boland, played for the Lions for many years.
The SACS backline standing extremely deep. I think they've got something special lined up here for us. Just got to win the line out first. They do.
Good take for Pretorius. Noel. Finley. These big runners. Finley once again. Oh, wonderful cutout pass. Dicey taking it up exceptionally well. Very strong at his feet. Noel once again to Finley. Finley having a little sniff, just keeping those defenders honest. Wonderful cutout pass again. Big hit, big defense coming in from Bishops. This is looking very promising for the SACS boys. Troyes once again. Oh, and Noel has a little sniff himself. Finds a little half gap. The Bishops' numbers are there. But wonderful work again from the forwards of the SACS boys.
SACS have to show some patience here, Nick.
Excellent, excellent work. Lots and lots of patience shown here from SACS. Oh, but, oh, geez, so close. An unforced error. A tiny little knock-on. And they'll be ruining that, won't they, Morgs? Had all the opportunity.
The contest at the breakdown has been ferocious, and unfortunately there with the pressure comes just a slight knock-on at the base of that little ruck there. But SACS showing a lot of promise in that couple of phases, Nick.
I think that's what the SACS boys are capable of. Once they get going, get a bit of forward momentum, they've got a really good pack here. And it just feels like it's just one or two of those unforced errors that just really cost them. But it's not over yet, Morgs. They are still under pressure. The guys here really need to put some pressure here, especially here in the forward pack. As we Alex Berger giving Glover lots of guns here. Oh, give it out to LLYAAZ. LLYAAZ's got a lot of speed. Look at the man. And he's back on the inside. The Bishops boys are going wonderful, collected again. And it's just broken out straight away with the SACS boys having to retreat. That's what Bishops can do to you from their own 22, own try line.
In true Bishops fashion, Nick.
True Bishops fashion. SACS looking just to consolidate here a little bit. Finley with the chip. Ah, and wonderfully regathered by Awe, the Q-man. And he takes his man out to good work there from Mafike. Awe Mafike. A little bit of a speculative kick. But again, the kick is only as good as the chase. And he chased well, regained the ball, and made the tackle.
Couldn't agree with you more. Again, Bishops really burying their game, Nick. I mean, running from their inside their own 22. A little bit earlier in the game, we saw them kick from the same position. So, really keeping SACS guessing here. And, you know, made some massive headway. Scrum on the other side of the halfway line from having just been under their own poles, under pressure.
And we must say LLYAAZ has had an outstanding game so far. As, oh, unfortunately, GREENBERG regathers again. He's done really well under pressure, has GREENBERG. The ball Ball just coming out a little bit slowly here. I think that's Benji Voort. A strong runner himself. Loves Steven Kitsoff, calls him the truck. Good inside ball here from Greenberg. He does have a lot of time on his hands, doesn't he? Greenberg once again. A little bit of space out wide. Oh, intercepted by Abrams. Prince regathers. And SACS have numbers to the right. Finley with a big hoof downfield. Oh, wonderful take from LLYAAZ. Arnold. These two wingers have been outstanding today.
Oh, great counter-rack at the rack, Nick.
Big counter-rack from the SACS boys. But Bishop's able to just keep the ball. Greenberg gives it to his big forwards. Oh, and the ball pops out on the SACS side. SACS get a second life here. Can they make anything of it? Unfortunately, just another unforced error there as we caught it halftime here. It's been quite an intense start to the third team game here. And we'll be back the second half with Bishops leading 12 points to 0 here at the Piley Rees. It's good to be back.
This is a program in Langa that looks to create opportunities for children, where in the afternoons after school children are looked after, offered extra maths, English and science lessons, coupled with some computer lessons, and then a rugby program and a meal at the end of the day. We're looking to give these kids an opportunity to find their talents and allow their talents to flourish and become good citizens in South Africa. I think as a nation we are passionate about rugby. And you know, rugby has that ability to pull communities together. It's good for boys to play rugby. It allows them to release that natural exuberant energy that that young boys, young men have. Their respect, behavior, obeying the referee. All those skills are so important, and many people have benefited from playing rugby because of those skills and ethos that that go with the game. Look, I think the key to the to the program is that we employ men and women from the community. So we're not bringing outsiders in, we're actually using people from the community, and there is nobody that knows the community better than people who actually reside in the community. And they know the children, they know their homes, many of them have been at school in Langa, so there's this sort of continuation. And VUSA allows these young men and women to be employed. But more importantly, they're actually gaining in skills. We've just recently sent 4 of our coaches on a medical course. We've sent 2 of our ladies on a reading course, and they bring those skills back to the community and impart them to the children. So yeah, they are hell of important, and without them, the program wouldn't be able to run.
My name is Mac Katla, so I'm the head coach of VUSA Rugby Academy, and I've been the head coach now for the academy for the past 5 years. Me giving back to the community is what I've always wanted to do. For some of these kids, playing sport is just a whole new different experience in their lives, because they've grown up with bigger brothers who are into smoking, doing drugs and all sorts, so they're following in those footsteps. So it's a bit of a big challenge for us to get the kids in the community to be active in sport.
The children are from communities where meals are often not quite sure where the next meal is coming from. So at 5 o'clock every evening, if you've been part of the VUSA program for the day, you get a hot meal And that's a huge bonus in these children's lives. There's an abundance of talent. We've just got to get balls, tennis rackets, cricket bats, hockey sticks, soccer balls out to the children, because, you know, the talent is there, and it just needs a gateway and a pathway to be allowed to play sport. We see laughing, smiling children on a daily basis, and that's what we've got to tap into. Is these children have dreams, they have hopes, and WUSA is the vehicle to allow those hopes and dreams to come to fruition.
As we are back here at the Piley Rees. A beautiful day. We've had a bit of rain in Cape Town the last few days, but what a morning to wake up to. Of course, in the commentary box we have the Bishops and the Province Stormers legend Morgan Newman. Morgs, nostalgic right now? Feeling nostalgic?
100% you hit the nail on the head, Nick. The Piley Rees. Few places in the world better to play a game of rugby, isn't it? With a backdrop of the mountain. Unfortunately, no spectators allowed into the school to watch this fixture, so you can't catch it on all the socials and etc. etc.
Big kick from Greenberg. Very deep. Finley, I think SACS deciding to take it up a little bit, hold on to that ball. Wonderful work by Richards. He is a beast of a tight end. Massive defense coming in from Bishops. Long way. Takes it up strongly. Oh well, with the big hoof. Good kick. Under pressure is Mike Richardson, but does exceptionally well. And they get it out left. Can they get it to the speedster? He gets it on the inside, but great covering from SACS game. They need to recycle this. It's Ndlovu, the gym machine. Recently a tight head. Greenberg looking for the ball once again. Strong in the middle. Nicklin with great ball. Greenberg with a little inside-outside. Just keeping those defenders honest once again. But stolen away by SACS. But Abrams, like a hyena for that ball. Noel playing it out from deep. Noel once again. Scrappy ball in that ruck. And a penalty going the way of SACS. Some exciting rugby to start off the second half, Morgs.
Yeah, very, very exciting to kick off the second half. I think the message from the coaches in the SACS squad must have been just to keep ball in hand, because Bishops have looked really, really threatening from counter-attack. You know, 2 passes, getting the ball in the wide channel. LLYAAZ is once again extremely dangerous. You know, he's teamed up well with winging partners. The back three have worked really well together. And I think SACS really just need to keep ball in hand, or if they're going to kick, they need to kick out and make sure that they set up sort of set piece as opposed to open play, because we all know Bishops love and thrive on broken play.
That's exactly what happened there. The ball was actually a really good kick from Noel there. I think it just that Mike Richardson did so well, and all the Bishops guys fell back so quickly that they were able to push it on and get it out wide. So great play there from the Bishops backs.
Counter-attack is 100% an attitude thing, you know, how quickly players move back, how quickly they want to get behind the ball to be part of the play. Because we all know in rugby, if you're in front of the ball, you're of no use to anybody. And to see how quickly these Bishops boys are working to get behind and support their back three or their fullback has been really impressive. So Bishops really effective on the counter-attack. And I think SACS are probably in this huddle chatting about ball in hand, put the ball through phases, wait for the mismatches. And when there are mismatches, we have seen that the SACS definitely have one or two players able to beat one-on-one, able to exploit potential holes in the Bishops' defense and put them in a better position on the field. But right now, playing in your own half has been difficult for them.
So you definitely think that this the counter-attack is in Bishops' DNA, getting back, making sure that you're always back beyond the ball and attacking from deep.
Well, ball in hand is the Bishops' way, you know. And as we've seen, I was quite surprised to see them kick, but I know the game has evolved, so varying their play has been extremely good so far. And counter-attack is ball in hand. How many players can you get? It's loose, it's broken, it's individual brilliance that comes to the fore. And there are a number of game breakers in this Bishops 15.
Unfortunately, we have an injury on the field that the medics are just attending to. One of the main sponsors of Super Sports Schools, especially today, is the Vusa Academy, and the Brendan Fogarty does amazing work. I mean, a legendary teacher at Bishop's Prep for many years. You must know him, and I mean, his son's playing number 5 here for the Bishop's third team. The Vusa Academy does exceptional work, don't they?
100%, you know, grassroots rugby and seeing young talent, finding the young talents in South Africa is always a challenge that we sit with. And the academy obviously plays a massive role in unearthing some talent that we don't know is out there, you know.
Of course, I mean, we know just from the Rugby World Cup 2019 about all that talent out there. One of the boys I was chatting to was talking about Mapimpi, you know, and he says that, you know, if God is black, then Mapimpi is him. He is his absolute hero. And, you know, Mapimpi coming from the most desperate situation all the way through to, you know, scoring the first ever try in a Rugby World Cup. It must really inspire these boys. Morgs, really give these guys hope and say, listen, we can do it, you know. And Vusa Academy give the guys the opportunity.
Yeah, 100%. You know, Fogarty has been around. I think he has been around since when I was at Bishops.
Yeah.
And that's, I'm not going to give my age away, but that's a couple of years ago. Yeah, before that he was around at Bishops Prep. So, yeah, fantastic to see him ploughing back into grassroots rugby and, you know, the academy as a vehicle for that. And long may it continue.
That's right. Brendan Fogarty, obviously he's a Grey High School boy, naming his son Grey after the school. Yeah, he loves that place.
And then sending him to Bishops. I'm not quite convinced about that anyway.
A small injury coming here. So SACS definitely need to keep ball in hand and just keep those phases going. And just, I think the mistakes, as the guys clap the injured player off the field, the mistakes, I think, just keep down to a minimum. Small little errors.
Yeah, limit the mistakes, you know, keep ball in hand, build some phases, build some confidence, and play in the right side of the part of the field. You know, they've got a perfect opportunity here now to get themselves into the half of Bishops and then mount a really solid attack, putting the ball through a number of phases.
Good touch finder there from Finley. Definitely getting his timing right with ball to boot. Chris Botha has had a good game. Seems like a really accomplished line-out thrower is Botha. And he's got two big boys in Pretorius and Longwe. And they decide to go to Longwe. They call him Sia Kulisi because he looks like Sia. but stolen from the Bishop's boys. But it comes back on the SACS side. You just never know where this ball's going to turn out, do you? Noel with scrappy ball going backwards. Good work from where's Simon? And his counterpart, Lucio Delp with the crazy Mexican cleaning out for him. Ben Dicey. Good work. Can it get out? Oh, the pass just going a little bit wayward. But a quick throw from Bishops. They want to run this ball. They're in the right position here.
Met with some solid defense, Nick. Sorry.
Greenberg doing really well again with the scrappy ball. Good clean out. Nicklin getting taken away. Todd, a little show and go. I think just wants to tidy things up a little bit. Coming out once again to Voort. Whartonhood doing get some cleanup and taken out there by the SACS boys. But holding on, tremendous work there from SACS. They really did need that, didn't they?
Yeah, really, really good defense. You know, sometimes a big defensive play can really lift the side. And if you look at the body language, it just looks like they may just be lifted slightly. Again, tough touch finder coming up. But if they can put themselves in a good attacking position here in this Bishop's half and go and score the next points, then they were definitely in a shot, you know. Only two scoring opportunities and they're in the lead.
It's a big touch finder here from Finley. Pressure coming here from Awe Mafika, the key man. But once again, really strong in his feet. Greenberg with a raking cross kick. Abrams chasing up hard, putting huge pressure on the big man Neo Nell. And the SACS pile in there. Noel having a little dart. But Bishops with the turnover. And it's dangerous. Looking dangerous in Ndlovu. The gym man taking it up strongly. Greenberg giving it out wide. And they want to run this one. It's LLYAAZ. Arnold once again, he beats one. Beautiful feet. The man's got speed. Oh, but the touchline just wins. He touches the touchline. Oh, but Arnold, so exciting. You can see he's a sprinter.
Every time he's got the ball, there's something seems to happen around him. We need to get the ball into his hands much more often.
He's
a fantastic run up the left-hand side of the field.
Beautiful. His rugby idol is Cheslin Colby, and I think he's trying to emulate him on the field here today.
100%. We've seen so many Cheslin Colby moves from him today. Great feet, defenders beaten. Really, really doing well up the left-hand side of the field.
Victorious gets the ball back, but a bit scrappy. He does well. He does well. Noel looking for Finley. They decide to take it up.
Oh, it's a strong carry. Beats three defenders.
Wonderful work. Oh, it cleaned up excellently well. But the SACS boys pile in. But Bishops keep it. Nicklin with a little dab. And it's Arnold once again, the big man. But Finley, wonderful work from Finley. Great handoff. But not releasing in the tackle. Great little space there from Nicklin, finding it out behind. And again, the kick chase from Arnold. Superb.
Yeah, unfortunately just couldn't make the hit. And then almost SACS coming on the counter. But penalty awarded. Can relieve some pressure here for his side.
A solid touch finder from Finley.
Fine, leave it.
As we wait for the ball, Chase Buerta has been good in the line-out throws today. Victorious and Longwe have been towering. Just one or two went through their hands.
Schoolboy problems, looking for a rugby ball, Nick.
Amen, brother. Taking away precious time of game time there. Pretorius. And Longwe goes through to Pretorius. Well taken. Noel to Finley. The strong man. Take it once again, Ben Darcy. Huge, huge hit there. Noel picking up the scraps, got it out exceptionally well. Prince once again. Noel giving it to the one-off runners. The SACS boys need cleaners. And SACS looking to get it out wide here. Noel's had a really good game. And it's looking like, what a huge dummy there from the lookalike Rosia Khaleesi. Beautiful from Isaac Longwe. They call him Nighttime.
I won't ask you why they call him Nighttime, Nick.
Hey man, that's what's down here, man. Maybe he puts guys to sleep.
100%.
Big hits.
He's been one of the outstanding performers of this pack.
He has been really good here today. The SACS pack has looked exceptionally good.
Just forcing the pass in the wide channels, I think, which is sort of bringing their exciting play to a halt. But I'd love to see them get on the scoreboard here and really make this last 10 minutes or last 15 minutes exciting.
Big pickup from James Good. He's been good today. Excuse the pun. Where's Simon? A big workhorse in the SACS pack. Lucio Delport cleans up the crazy Mexican. But Bishop's offside, and Finley decides to take it quickly.
I like that, Nick. I like that idea. It's on out wide. Got a pass.
He gives it to Prince, and it's the big Neo Nell. His favorite memory of rugby is bopping 3 guys in a row. He bopped 1 or 2 here. SACS need to recycle this ball. They do have numbers.
That's a step. I presume bopping's a step, right?
I would think so. The crazy Mexican once again, taking it up strongly. Finley. They need to get it out wide. Yeah, he decides to come back in.
You need support, Nick.
Mafika's there. Finley once again. Uti, the big man, Richards. They've got numbers out wide. Lucia Delport taking it up strongly. There's Simon. Unfortunately, losing the ball, and Bishops get it. This could be dangerous once again. And it's Todd with a kick downfield. Prince gets it up, and they've got some space out wide. Oh, and LLYAAZ almost gets a hand on it. Kawe Mafika was screaming for the ball out wide, but it's Noel. He does exceptionally well. Look at the strong man, the little men go. These guys aren't good. They're not finished yet. Alex Berger, the man, shows brilliant strength. Excellent from one of the smallest guys in the field, Noel, and then one of the biggest guys in the field, the loosehead Alex Berger, SA Karate, chopping his way through the Bishop's defenses there.
Yeah,
Great work.
Great attack there by SACS. Just holding onto the ball, Nick, that's the most important, you know. Really stamping the authority down in this game now. And at 12-5 with a kick to come, we're in for a really exciting last 13 minutes.
13 minutes of play. SACS have got their tails up. They're finally looking after that ball, that precious cargo that they need to just keep, kept giving away unnecessarily in the first half.
Yeah, limiting the errors in the second half for sure. Securing the ball at the breakdown. You know, Bishops have been dangerous at the breakdown in terms of a stealing. And SACS have really cleaned that up in the second half. And full value for their 5-pointer lead in the second half.
James Good with some really good, strong carries there. Lucia Delport too. He definitely learned something from Damien McKenzie, did Oliver Finley. Straight through the middle. Dissects those uprights. And we have a game on here. Game on. We're going to have to start calling this SACS team as we see Noel.
Ooh, look at that
Wonderful
handoff.
work.
Strong handoff.
Look at him. He just keeps going. That's the aggression that you look for. And it's the big man. Berger, Alex Berger, 1, 2, 3, and over.
Fantastic
3 defenders.
Pick up and drive.
SA Karate, like I said, chopping his way through that Bishop's defense. Kia!
That's one for the highlights reel, as they say, Nick. He's going to go home and watch this on YouTube for sure.
Greenberg with the kickoff. And it's a good one. LLYAAZ Arnold! There's no man on the field that deserves it more, that's chased harder, that has been running. His work rate's been exceptional. Take my hat off to you, son. Wonderful work.
There is no better time to score than when you've just conceded, Nick, and here, Bishop's third team, showing exactly their intent. SACS slightly sleeping still, maybe celebrating from their little try and the fantastic pick and drive, and caught off guard. LLYAAZ wide awake, receives the kick, scores in the left-hand corner. There we see him. One bounce, retrieves the kick, and nobody's going to catch him that close to the line. Fantastic score here for Bishops. Takes the score to 17-7 with a kick to come and 10 minutes to play.
Just shows you, you know, if you're a youngster, the kick is only as good as the chase. If you want to watch anybody, watch this LLYAAZ Arnold.
Said in the true words of a scrum off.
Mike Richardson also plays football, plays soccer, and a polo man. Favorite rugby player being Piley Rees A. Says he's one of the most underrated players he knows. And the ball comes back in, and a wonderful kick. Mike Richardson. Beautifully curved in. We could see it perfectly from the commentary booth here.
Clearly knows the rub of the green, as they say here on his Piley Rees. Started it slightly out to the right-hand side. Curls into the left. Not a breath of wind down in Cape Town in Rondebosch today. And Bishops take a 19-7 lead into the final 10 minutes.
Fisher. You've got Mike Richardson coming a little bit off the side of his boot, but he won't be too worried. I mean, he's just put one over from the corner.
Can SACS do the same and go and score straight away now, Nick? That's going to be the most important thing.
That is the question. 10 minutes to play. They're in the right half of the field. Their line of jumpers have been good. And they decide to go to the back. To Longway once again. A little bit over. Bishops regather. Bit of space on the outside. Can they get it to Abrams? He hasn't seen much of the ball today. SACS recycling. But illegally so. And Bishops with a quick tap. Don't you just love to see it?
Hungry for rugby, hungry for rugby. There's plenty of space out wide if you can get the ball out wide, Nick. Couple of passes, put the ball in LLYAAZ's hands once again.
This Bishops, dangerous Bishops backline, screaming for the ball. They've also got the big man on Ndlovu out there in the middle. Once again, Nicklin did exceptionally well. Greenberg. Great little pass to Todd. Some slick hands from Greenberg again. But unfortunately, just a slight knock on from SACS. Greenberg has looked wonderfully composed today, hasn't he? He's been an exceptional fly half.
He has. He hasn't always got the greatest service, I must be honest, Nick. But he's dealt with the pressure really well, varied his game as well. And
I do feel for the scrum halves here today. You know, when it's so slippery out there, that they're still due on the fields. I know how difficult it is to get that ball out.
And the breakdown has at times been scrappy. So the scrum halves have done extremely well under trying circumstances. And the same applies to the fly half of Bishops, you know, Jake Greenberg. He's done really, really well.
It's been a titanic battle up front, where we've seen Ndlovu moving to tight head up against the big man Alex Berger. I think he's put on a good showing. Big scrum coming from the Bishops boys. But defense is up for it. Where's Simon? Wonderful defense from you. A little up and under. Mafike against Arnold. But the Bishops boys bring it back. And it's the big unit. SA Karate. Alex Berger once again. Ndlovu with the ball. He's so strong. He tells me he loves the gym. It's his second home.
Sure does look like it.
Bring it out wide. It's a little bit scrappy. Greenberg does really well. Little sneaky punt through. Can Abrams get there in time? No, the touchline wins it. They are just looking to go wide and find that space. Are the Bishops backline players?
Yeah, I'm not sure that Dink was the right option there, but again, you know, varying it up. A little bit of space being found on the right-hand side there. Finally, we see Josh Abrams coming and getting his hands on the ball a little bit more often. I think he looks like a threat every time he gets great feet, great turn of pace. And can be effective if he just sees a bit more ball.
Seymour. Wonderfully stolen by the Bishops boys. The second half, they've really put their hands up in the lineouts. Alex Berger. Greenberg gives it to the big man, Benji Voigt. Liam Harrison's there. Liam Harrison, number 8, deputy head boy. And a pass out wide to the danger man, Arnold, who gives it another little dig through. Scrappy ball, but picked up by the Bishops boys. Can they get this out wide? It's on. Nicklin screaming for the ball. But the Bishops boys decide, let's keep it tight. We're so close. We can take it out of the hands of SACS. Nicklin once again, he goes himself. Ollie Nicklin just scragged back. Oh, at Ndlovu. There's space out wide. Greenberg wants it. What exceptional hands. They give it to Abrams. So promising, but a little knock on. They should have made more of that.
Impressive hands out wide there.
Hands.
Just a fine little touch to put the ball in the wide channel. Josh Abrams, unfortunately, I think just conceding the knock on there in the wide channel, but really, really impressive to see. And as we said earlier in the game, Nick, sun's starting to come out, the dew's starting to lift, and we're really seeing some sleek handling from both sides.
I mean, I was here on Thursday watching these Bishops boys training in the rain, and I don't think I saw one ball being dropped. You know, the guys, Richard Smith and Awe,
Oh, well, they really do exceptional work with their handling skills. I mean, it's Cape Town, right? If you don't have good hands in the rain, you won't be able to play.
Correct.
SACS running from deep. But taken up from Bishops. Very ambitious from SACS. He's held up. Can they get it out? Oh, it's a crazy Mexican, Delport. Once again, Noel going out wide. Giving it to Luande. Longway does exceptionally well. Big take up there by the forwards once again. They've got a long way to go, but they're not giving up.
They need to give the ball some air, Nick. There's plenty of space out in the wide channels.
There is space. I think Mafika has been screaming for it. If he decides to go himself, maybe he's keeping the guys honest. Noel again. And it's a wonderful handoff. Beautiful work from SACS. But Bishops turned it over once again. It's end-to-end stuff. Can they get it out wide this time? Greenberg goes himself, has a little look. Beautiful work. Oh, Mafike. The Q-man almost got it. But it's Arnold. Watch the speed. Oh, and the ankle tap from Prince just takes him out. They decide to go quickly once again. SACS need to just speed it up. Wonderful work again. There's a bit of space out wide. Delport. Where Simon cleans up nicely. Gets in there on his flanker partner. Alex Berger. We know what he can do. Huge run. Uti Richards was calling for it. Finley playing so nice and flat like Mackenzie does. With Simon once again. He's been a real workhorse today. Has the number 7. Trying to keep that ball alive. Long way in with the clean. Bit of space out wide. Dicey does well. Gets back on his feet. And there are bodies flying in there. Noel. We're going into the 8th, 9th phase now.
Fantastic
Beautiful
clean
rugby.
out there.
This is what the SACS boys can do. But no. They let it go, and it's Bishops back on the attack. It's Arnold. Arnold and Mafike. It's a foot race. Prince decides he's going to clean it up. But it's Bishops. Greenberg once again. Oh, SACS boys not 10. But what?
It's frantic stuff here, Nick.
Hectic, end-to-end, exciting. These guys must be buggered. Wonderful play from SACS. Really, just recycling ball. I think that's what they've been wanting to do all day. And just never been able to, you know, get it going. I think we should start calling them butter. Because they're on a roll at the moment.
No comment from your fellow team member in the commentary box here, Nick. I don't know that. Don't know where you read that one.
SACS on a roll at the moment.
Oh, you're on a roll, Nick. You're on a roll.
Gotta have a little bit of fun, yeah, Morgs.
100%, man. That's what it's all about.
Big
it's just fantastic to see a team out.
Massive scrum from Bishops. Definitely stepping up. And the Bishops boys want to go again. Gray Fogarty is keen to play.
Being screamed at to slow it down. I think a number of the forwards in that pack are slightly poked.
Gray Fogarty, a basketball player, and he does life saving, but he also sings in Simply Blue. Strong carry. Delport was in over the ball, but a good clean out. Greenberg once again has a good little sniff. Oh, big hit coming on him.
Fogarty decides to take it up. But I think just too many errors there. And that's the ball game, Morgs. 19 points to 7. Well done, Bishops.
Yeah, fully deserved for their victory. I thought SACS, will feel disappointed. They could have scored 1 or 2 more points and made this game slightly closer. But nonetheless, great spectacle. Both teams extremely happy. And I suppose the winner at the end of the day is the fact that we're just out here playing some rugby, Nick. Great being in the commentary box with you. Enjoy the second team.
Sometimes when I come home, I wonder what I would say to my younger self. Maybe I would say, ungenayonga yona kid inhle okanye ibhadlileyo. Ndakubona intwana ezimiseleyo. Kodwa qina, qhubeka ufunda, qhubeka udlala, qhubeka ukholelwa. Ngenye imini ukukhanya kuzokufumana.
Naku lukhanya